Hey, who do you think you are, huh?
Here's a perfect example of what I've been talking about.
What did you say?
Since this boy was suckling on his mama's tit, he's been given everything but discipline.
What happens when two Hollywood legends nearly come to blows on set? Which co-star did the legendary Robert Duvall despise so intensely that decades later he still refuses to discuss the conflict? And how did a disagreement over acting methods almost destroy one of cinema's most iconic westerns? Robert Duvall, one of Hollywood's most revered actors, built his legendary career on integrity, respect, and unwavering professionalism. From his haunting portrayal of Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird in 1962 to his Oscar-winning performance in Tender Mercies in 1983, Duvall represented everything noble about the acting craft. According to the source document, he was known for his method acting techniques, requiring full immersion into the psychology, emotions, and motivations of every character he portrayed. This dedication demanded patience, collaboration, and a particular understanding of human behavior that didn't always align with everyone in Hollywood. But behind the scenes of one particular film production, tensions reached a boiling point that would leave a permanent mark on Duvall's memory. The source reveals that for an actor who valued integrity and collaboration above all else, this relationship provoked frustration unlike anything he had ever experienced. While Duvall rarely spoke ill of others throughout his 7-decade career, his feelings toward this individual were so intense that his candid reflections offer a rare glimpse into the hidden conflicts that can simmer even among the most celebrated stars. The person at the center of this clash, none other than John Wayne, the towering icon of American cinema whose presence defined an entire era of westerns and war films. John Wayne, born Marion Robert Morrison on May 26, 1907, had carved out a remarkable career that spanned nearly 5 decades by the time he encountered Duvall on set. The source document describes how Wayne rose from working as a prop man and extra at Fox Film Corporation to becoming Hollywood's quintessential leading man, synonymous with rugged masculinity, moral certainty, and unwavering resolve. By the late 1960s, Wayne had appeared in more than 150 films, yet remarkably, he had never won an Academy Award for acting. That all changed with True Grit in 1969, where Wayne portrayed Rooster Cogburn, a grizzled U.S. Marshal. According to the source, Wayne had fallen in love with the character after reading Charles Portis's novel and was determined to secure the role for himself. This would be his moment, his long-awaited Oscar triumph. But assembling the supporting cast proved challenging, and the production would become infamous for the explosive tension between its stars. The source reveals that Robert Duvall was cast as Lucky Ned Pepper, a choice that would significantly shape the on-set dynamics. At 38 years old, Duvall was already a rising talent in Hollywood, having earned his first Academy Award nomination for his intelligent and restrained portrayal of Tom Hagen in The Godfather just a few years earlier. But his approach to acting stood in stark opposition to Wayne's traditionalist views. According to the document, where Wayne saw acting as a professional duty, delivering lines on cue, adhering to the director's vision, and maintaining production efficiency, Duvall followed the principles of method acting. This fundamental divergence in artistic philosophy created immediate friction. The source states that both men were known for their short tempers and intense dedication to their work, making their collaboration particularly combustible. Duvall's willingness to challenge authority, combined with Wayne's insistence on decorum and discipline on set the stage for an inevitable confrontation. Making matters worse was the presence of director Henry Hathaway, whose working style the source describes as highly dictatorial and authoritarian. Duvall later recounted the difficulties of working under Hathaway, with the director reportedly barking harsh instructions like, "When I say action, tense up, goddamn you." The source notes that Duvall's reaction to working under Hathaway was succinct yet telling. He later reflected on their professional relationship with a single, understated remark. "Henry Hathaway. We won't talk about him." While brief, this statement conveys volumes about the tension that existed, reflecting the reality that even seasoned professionals may encounter circumstances. The friction between Hathaway and Duvall escalated throughout the production, and according to the source document, it prompted Wayne to intervene in order to maintain the film's momentum and protect the integrity of the project. But Wayne's intervention wasn't a gentle mediation, it was a threat. At one point, the source reveals, the situation became so heated that Wayne reportedly threatened to physically confront Duvall if he did not comply with the director's guidance and focus on the work at hand. The document states that Wayne's pursuit of perfection nearly brought him to blows with his co-star. This was one of the rare occasions where Wayne's famous temper appeared ready to erupt beyond verbal disputes into actual physical confrontation. The source notes that while it remains unclear whether Duvall was swayed by Wayne's warning or simply decided to continue with the job, the incident illustrates the high-stakes tension that often accompanied Wayne's films. His commitment to discipline and order could intersect dramatically with the creative independence of his co-stars, especially those like Duvall, who valued artistic exploration over rigid adherence to direction. This wasn't Duvall's only clash with authority figures in Hollywood. The source document reveals that, like many actors deeply devoted to their craft, Duvall occasionally found himself at odds with directors whose methods clashed with his approach to performance. His method acting techniques, which required patience and collaboration, did not always align with directors who employed more authoritarian methods on set. The irony of the True Grit conflict is that both men ultimately achieved what they sought. Wayne won his first and only Academy Award for Best Actor for the role, a recognition the source describes as affirming decades of consistent work and contribution to the film industry. The award represented both a personal milestone and validation of his lifelong commitment to his craft. Meanwhile, Duvall continued his ascent in Hollywood, going on to win his own Best Actor Oscar for Tender Mercies in 1983, and earning additional nominations throughout the decades that followed. Yet the tension between them never fully dissipated. The source reveals that Wayne was known for his strong-willed nature, which sometimes led to clashes with directors, co-stars, and colleagues. He openly criticized films and actors whose work didn't align with his vision, contributing to his reputation as a polarizing figure within the industry. For Robert Duvall, Despised, the experience on True Grit remained a defining example of the challenges actors face when navigating differing expectations, approaches, and temperaments in a collaborative environment. The source emphasizes that despite these obstacles, Duvall's career did not falter. Rather, he continued to seek out roles and projects that aligned with his artistic vision, demonstrating resilience and an unwavering commitment to the integrity of his work. This clash between Robert Duvall and John Wayne reveals a fundamental truth about Hollywood. Even among the most celebrated stars, creative differences and personality conflicts can create lasting tensions. It was a collision of two different eras of acting. Wayne's old-school professionalism versus Duvall's method-driven artistry, and it nearly derailed one of the most iconic westerns ever made. The story serves as a reminder that behind every legendary film lies a complex web of human relationships, artistic disagreements, and the occasional threat of violence.